Hi folks, I thought it would do a bit of an introduction to me and the channel because, well, I have done one of these videos before. It was many years ago, and the channel has evolved quite a bit, and so have I, in fairness. So yeah, here we go. This video is going to talk a bit about me, what I do, who I am, and what I do on YouTube, or what I don't do on YouTube, as it may turn out. So first of all, my name's Andrew. At the time of recording, I'm currently 21 years old. No, joking. I'm 39 years old. I live in North Wales, in Wrexham, although I am hoping to relocate to the Prestatyn area soon, once I've got my house sorted and ready for the market. I sell currently part-time on eBay and Amazon. Just started my Amazon journey this year. Really pleased with how it's going, and we'll probably do some future videos about that. And I've been selling on eBay for a number of years, and I've sold a bit on Depop and a bit on Vinted as well. But I tend to stay away from those platforms now. I got into reselling purely to pay off debt I bought. I got a huge amount of debt built up through a gambling addiction that I had, which I've now thankfully conquered. I needed to pay the money off, and reselling was the way I did it. And 6 years on, I've paid it all off, thanks to reselling. Tens of thousands of pounds. So really pleased to have done that, and I count that as one of the really big achievements of my life. I started this channel really to document that, and also to talk about mental health struggles as well, because obviously I suffered with addiction. I continue to suffer with anxiety and depression to varying different degrees. It's usually worse in the winter, or when I'm at social events, in particular. So I have done content about that in the past. There probably won't be huge amounts of content about that in the future, because compared to how I was a few years ago when I started this channel, I feel myself a lot more resilient and happier and healthier. And therefore, talking about mental health is a bit more difficult for me, because I'm not quite in that place that I was to be able to talk about it. But I'm always happy to help and support anyone that is having struggles. Obviously not financially, because I'm, tight and usually poor. But if you want to chat with somebody who's been through all kinds of struggles in life, then I'm there, and will try and help when I can. Do run two businesses and work full time, so when I can may not unfortunately be when I want to, but the offer is there. I am autistic. I was diagnosed as autistic in my mid-30s, or early mid-30s, early to mid-30s, can't quite remember the year, which was a real life-changing moment for me, actually. I'd spent all my life before then trying to fit in, and always feeling like I wasn't part of the crowd, didn't fit in, etc., not knowing why, and beating myself up because of it. And then after I got a diagnosis, it took me a while to adjust to it and accept it. I always do my videos ad lib, as it were. I don't script, by the way. It's like a stream of consciousness. I say what I'm thinking. That's actually part of my autism as well, where I am sort of very honest and open, and I will say the first thing that comes in my head. It's usually inappropriate, I have to be honest. I have a reputation for being a bit inappropriate, particularly if I see a lady I like. I am working on that. I am trying to get better with that, because I know that that's not socially acceptable. But I'm not great, and sometimes I am badly behaved. That is who I am. I accept that as part of myself. I try and improve. I believe we all should try and improve and be the best version of ourselves we can. But sometimes we will make mistakes. We will get things wrong, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up too much for that, unless we've killed somebody or done something like that, because that's bad. Don't do that. Don't kill anyone. Top tip there. Yeah. So that's a bit sort of about me and my background and why I started this YouTube channel. Outside of YouTube, eBay, and Amazon, I work full time for the government here in the UK. I will very rarely talk about that publicly, because quite a lot of what I do is obviously confidential and sensitive in nature. But what I'm very proud of is in the last few years, I have worked as part of the nation's COVID response, helping safeguard people and keep them safe from the virus and support the NHS with the fantastic work that they do. I won awards for that work. So hopefully I made a good and significant difference as part of that. During that time I also volunteered directly for the NHS, working hands-on with people getting COVID vaccinations and putting myself in harm's way as part of that. So I'm particularly proud of doing that, and I also won an award for that work and got COVID at the award ceremony where I won it, which was super great and has had some lasting health impacts on me, but I am recovering from those. I then moved on from COVID to support with Operation Pitting and the aftermath of that and the evacuation of people from Afghanistan, which is the largest military evacuation done since Dunkirk. So another fantastic achievement, helping people who had helped us and trying to help them find new homes. And just as that was sort of winding down, Russia decided to invade Ukraine, and I got called up at the start of the war to help with that. And I've been helping support those fleeing the conflict ever since. I lead a team of fantastic people that I've handpicked and who are just amazing, and it's been a real honour and a privilege to work with them and all the people I've worked with across my career, but particularly in the last few years, going from one crisis to another crisis. I've also worked on some other aspects, but I can't talk about those sort of publicly. Last 3 years, in fact, has been utterly exhausting for me, to be quite honest, because of the stuff that's been going on externally in the world. So I'm hoping that this year will be a lot calmer and less exhausting. But yeah, that's all I will ever say about work. I love my job. It's tough. It's hard. It takes its toll on me. As a person, I describe the fact that I'm autistic. I can be inappropriate. I'm not going to apologise for that. It's just who I am. I try and be very honest and open. I suffer with social anxiety. I was recently at the Resell Summit, an event that I really enjoyed. I know people don't like hearing that, but for whatever reason, but that's how it is. But I do struggle with talking to other people, like going out, meeting people, engaging in conversation with them. I find really hard and really challenging. For that reason, I very rarely will reach out or approach people directly. And if I'm doing it, that's a big thing for me and much harder than it may appear. Very rare for me to ever text or message or phone somebody. So if I do that unprompted, then that means you're probably pretty special to me, because it's not something I tend to do. I tend to keep myself to myself. That being said, I'm a big fan of the reselling community. I run a Facebook group, the Money Mental UK Facebook group, with over 3,000 members, which is amazing. And obviously, as somebody who broadcasts on YouTube, I care about views, subscribers, members, all of that. Numbers are key. Anyone who says they're not, well, just probably isn't being truthful, because we do care about that. So that's something that I'm proud of as well. I'm proud of the group and the members in it and the way they conduct themselves. They conduct themselves far better than I ever do. So thank you for that. And if you want to join, there won't be a link below because I can't bother doing one, but you can type in Money Mental Reselling Group into Facebook, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Money Mental UK. I'm single. I have pretty much been single all of my life. Odd relationship here and there, but nothing too long or too serious. I'm not just not very good at relationships with the opposite sex. Wish was better, but I'm not, and I've sort of accepted that fact in my life now. I do have a dog called Barty. He is amazing, and you will occasionally see him on videos. He's brilliant. I don't really have a life outside of reselling and work because that takes up everything, which means that I will very rarely do YouTube content. When I do, it's usually me getting drunk I get criticism for doing that as somebody who talks about mental health, but I enjoy having a drink every now and then. It's how I relax. It helps me relax. It helps most of the UK relax, it would seem. Um, so I will continue doing that, and I probably will continue getting criticism for it, but that is what happens when you do YouTube, sadly. Um, I'm very stubborn. I have a lot of weaknesses. I'm opinionated. I can be arrogant. Um, I see things in a very black and white way, which is, again, probably due to my autism. Uh, so if I believe in something, I will say it and I will be strongly supportive of whatever that is. And if I have views about something, I will share those. And I will often get into arguments with people about that, um, because sometimes I struggle to understand other views that aren't my own. Um, and empathy sometimes can be a struggle as well, linked to the autism. If I've been through something myself, I will be probably the most empathetic person ever. If it's not something I've personally experienced, I will struggle to understand it and probably annoy you with lots of questions about it as I try to understand it. But I am always keen to understand and learn new things and try and develop and better myself. Um, in terms of business, my focus on working is helping others. In terms of business and YouTube, it is less on helping others these days. I used to do YouTube content, showing stuff I picked up, um, but I ended up creating my own competition. So these days I sell mainly books, but I won't do videos about sourcing books because I've worked hard for the knowledge that I've gained, and sharing that knowledge, um, I personally find can increase competition for me, especially when sharing suppliers, etc. Um, and make things a bit more difficult for me. So I will talk about things broadly, but I probably won't show specifics of stuff for that reason. I make no apologies for it. I'm in the business here to make money. That's why I do reselling now that I've paid off my debt. I want to make money for myself, with the eventual aim of becoming full time. So I need to just be a bit guarded about things as a result. But always happy to help others if I can, and I will produce content every so often about what I'm doing and sharing some knowledge, just not too specific that it would cause a threat to my business. Um, the other things to say is you will occasionally see me do affiliate videos, etc. Um, like many other YouTubers, get offers from companies to promote their products, and I will happily do this because I'm here to make money. Um, I won't promote something I don't believe in, though. I will always give an honest review of what I've experienced. There's some stuff that just hasn't reached YouTube because the quality of the stuff wasn't good enough, and so I haven't recommended that particular product or supplier. But if I'm promoting something, I'm going to make a kickback from it, and I make no apologies for that because, like everyone, I need money, but I will always try and only promote something that I have a good experience with myself. Um, you will hear talk about YouTube special bundles and all sorts. Not many people know this or remember this, but I was the first person to ever receive a YouTube special bundle back in the days of Vault Vintage. I didn't. I just had the same bundle as anyone else. It was randomly picked. But because I was lucky enough to get a really good bundle, and it was better than bundles other people had got, uh, the assumption was that it was a special one for YouTube. Believe me, I've tried getting special YouTube bundles. I would love to get special YouTube bundles because I'm going to get good quality stock, but it don't exist as a thing. Any company that was producing stock that was good for only one or two people and rubbish for another 100 people would go out of business pretty quick. So it's not a business model that most businesses follow. Don't get me wrong, there may be one or two that do that, but they don't tend to stay in business for long because they've given all their good stock away and now they're all just getting returns of bad stock. Um, so, if I promote something, it's something that I believe in, that I'm on, that I think is good, but also that's going to make me some money. And you'll probably see me promoting in the future Amazon tools that I use in the business as well. But it's all stuff that I've used, tried out, and works for me. And yeah, I might make a bit of money from promoting them, but I'm only going to promote stuff that is good. And if you have any issues with anything that I've promoted, let me know, because I will have the contacts to be able to help sort out and resolve those issues for you. So yeah, the YouTube channel going forward is probably going to be me doing my Drinking with Andrew specials, sharing some of my experiences, sharing products that I've got and used, and documenting my continued journey. There might be the odd lifestyle video in there when I move to starting, etc. as well. Hopefully it'll be stuff that interests you. If it's not, there's a wealth of YouTube channels out there. There really are some really good, amazing ones, far better than me. Please feel free to subscribe to them. I'm subscribed to many myself. I won't take offense if you don't like my content, but try not to be offensive when you say that, because what's the point? But yeah, so do follow me on the socials, Money Mental UK on Instagram, join the Money Mental Facebook group. There's no cost of doing that. If I ever show haul videos and you see something you like, though, do feel free to make an offer on it, because like most resellers, if we're showing a haul video, it's because we do secretly hope that whoever's watching a video will buy some of that haul for us, so we don't have to go to the effort of listing it. So there may be occasions when I do car boat hauls and show stuff off, and I've got to be honest, that's probably why I'm doing it, at least in some part. Other times it's just to say, look how good I am, I've got all this amazing stuff as well. I'm not going to hide my purpose or motivation on stuff from anyone. But yeah, thanks for watching this introduction. If you've made it this far, comment below with the word purple, because I think that would just be really bizarre to people who are looking at comments and see the word purple. So yeah, bye for now.